breaking up the fibres by carding, you're going to strengthen like you would if you put your sweater in the washing machine. And so you do all the things that you don't want to do to keep your sweater nice and open. Basically, we're going to be very mean to this wool. We're going to bash it and beat it and make it all into a very hard piece of felt. This flat piece, you can see, is really, really strong. And this was just a few layers of, hand it round, you can see how strong and tough that is. Just a few layers of fibres. And that was done. If people would like to make a flat piece, they can make a flat piece, which I think is probably easier for the first time. The other thing you could make, I made a little thing yesterday like this, by getting a little bit of felt and making a little marble in my hand. And then I covered up the first marble with a bit more felt, and now marbled it again. And so you can see how it works. And then I cut it. Oh, Rosie, you've got them all. So that was how I lined up. And that was the top. And I thought possibly it could be a Christmas decoration, it could be or whatever. But that's another idea that anybody can make. Now, it's funny, isn't it? I know. I do coach A. You have great fun in coach A. The other thing you can do today is to pick up a stone. And Rosie just brought this great log in. Cover the stone. I've got one here, it's not very good. You cover the stone with a bit of fleece, you felt it and you rub it, and then you open up and let the stone out. And it depends on the shape of the stone. You can actually have a little bit, your stone sometimes can make a little purse by the side over, and make a little purse like that, or it could be a little thing to put your craft piece in. That's another thing that we could make today. This is a ball, and this was made by putting fleece, putting it all together, and popping it into the bottom of a pantyhose, locking it in, tying it in there, and putting it in the washing machine.
Pantyhose.
And it does it itself. So that's not very hard to put. It's just done. And this is another day we could think of making perhaps some of these Christmas decorations. What we're doing this Christmas is we're going to have our Christmas show. We're going to have a Christmas tree in the middle. And we're all going to contribute ornaments to the tree to sell in aid of Mira. So, this is something that you could think about doing. And this was one I did, actually my cat loves these things. She's read this. This started off being a plastic foam ball, a ball that you buy and do things to. I covered it up and felted it. So it's got plastic on the inside. It's got styrofoam, I should say, not plastic. That's what's in that one. And this is another little one that I know somebody gave me somewhere, but it's a little thing. It's obviously made the way that mine were made, like that. But I think to make the little stone, let me just talk about covering a stone. You want, well, this is a very nice flat one. This is going to be my stone. I would talk to it nicely. And then we want to get some felt, some fleece to put in. And we've got fleece. Now, I don't want to use too much of this because this is my precious stash. You're perfectly welcome to use this for decoration, but I'd rather not use this for the first layer because it's rather precious and it's
all nice.
It's nice colours and things. So if people don't have any fleece, maybe we've got to make some of this. Is this for you?
That's for anybody.
That's for any. Well, can I take this and just use it as a demonstration? This is going to be my fleece. This is going to be starting off. We're going to bandage up our stone so it gets completely wrapped up in this all the way around. And it's better if you go round one way and then round the other way so that it's easier to cover, but also it'll make a nicer felt if it goes in the opposite direction. Yeah.
Thank you.
And then we'll fix one there. And we'll cover it all up quite nicely. I think probably just a bit more. That's lots. And then the last layer is going to be the decoration. So you've got a lovely little packet here. And now you can go and decide what you want to do on the outside. Whether you want to put colours, shapes, whether you want whatever. You're going to put that on the outside. And now it's all ready. And I think I'm going to give you a little bag, which I'm hoping is in the box that Rosie brought in.
This one here.
Can
you stop?
I'm looking for a little bag.
Oh, okay, I'll see if I can find her somewhere. I have,
This stuff is wonderful for felting. You make little bags out of this.
Here's one.
Little bag.
What is that going to fit there, right?
We made a whole lot of this, just a little bag. And the thing is, it's very hard to start felting when it's all loose and attached like this. So we're going to put our decoration on it like that. And we're going to open up our little baggie. Put it in the little baggie rather carefully, so that the decorations don't come off.
We could wrap some of this over it, yeah.
Could wrap some of this, there we are.
All right.
And now we're ready to start the operation. And we've got water here. Now usually you use water and soap. First of all you've got to get rid of the air that's in there, because it is all pushy. So I would come over here and wet it and flatten it, so all the air has come out. And then you're going to put a little bit of soap on, and this is a few drops of soap in there. Pop it over there, and pop it over there, and you're just going to work it. You'll find it's all stuck. I can't do it now, it's stuck in the stone. You're going to work it and work it and work it. And when you've worked it for a bit with your hands, you can take the bag off. And when you get the bag off, you'll say, happy presto, I've done it a bit. And then you start doing it without the bag. The bag is purely a vehicle so that it's staying together. And you're just going to rub and push and keep going. You'll see the felt starting to come on the outside. Try and get a bit more of this if you want it. And when it's all nice and hard and ready, then we get the scissors and out comes the stone. And at this point in time you decide whether you want to make it into a little bag or a cup or whatever. It will be the shape, of course. So the shape is conditioned by the stone. And here's a little one here with the other. Anyway, that's one thing you can do. I'm going to take that, I'm going to undress this. I will just undress in a minute. If you want to make...
More little bags.
Oh, there's more little bags.
I will see how they work. They're kind of.
They're not right, are they? Now, if you wanted to make one of these things, for instance, you would just come and get a little tiny bit of fleece. I'll just start on, if you like, a white metal. Do we have that? Is that for a purpose? Here, I'll just do it very soft. You always have your fibres open when you make these. You don't want them in lumps. This is going to be the beginning of my ball. Very tough. Oh yeah, my first middle of my ball. I'm going to make it wet because things don't happen if it's not wet. Make a little ball, a marble. So, we can share these towels out because we're going to make a mess otherwise. We're going to need some towels.
Might need some materials.
Now I've got a little ball coming here.
Ingrid,
Yeah.
would it be silly to take, let's say I had Loki wool, would it be silly to take a ball of yarn and shred it up to do felting, flat?
You could. It would be quite a lot to undo it. I mean, you could incorporate
See,
it.
because they basically spun this into wool, into yarn, and the whole reason I like felting is like you don't go through that step, right? It's like to take, you can't decorate in felting with yarn,
Yeah,
but I mean, you're better off working with fleece, right?
I guess
You're
so.
going backwards.
Yeah, because you're
Yeah.
gonna,
If I'm not going to do anything else with the wool, can I do that?
Well, actually, the other thing to do was perhaps
is to
felt
knit
something.
and felt. Knit, it's another way people felt is they knit and felt. I don't do that because I don't knit, but that's one way.
You
There's
could
amazing stuff that people
knit
do.
a great big mitt and then
Oh, yes, and then wash it and
Or wash
turn it down,
slippers.
yes.
I actually have a purse, I don't have it with me today, it's beautiful. It must have been this big when I was done. I mean, I don't have it today, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's a big bag,
Yeah.
There's some, I think in one of these books, they have some.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to sit down and my marble a bit more. And Rosie's just going to show you what she brought. And then we'll
I think there's some stuff in here for the knitted felting. I don't do the knitted felting, I don't do that.
You know, you can also take a bar of soap if you don't want to do a rock. You could take a bar of soap and do the same thing over the soap.
couldn't you?
Well, that's how I felted my soaps I was selling, you know.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then you
yes.
just cover them and you wet them, and you don't have to add soap because the soap from in the bar is gonna.
That's what you all buy a bar of soap.
So that's the felt.
See, now I've got a red ball.
The ones that I felted,
And I've
that's how I did it.
So I've got a red layer now. Now Rosie's got.
Did you get it?
I washed the,
This was a, I took this.
Oh my God, Rosie, that's beautiful.
This was a, there was a
Oh my
project in
God.
here. The only thing is,
And
this was
is
a
done
project from
separately.
here that was for a bag.
This is amazing.
Oh,
Really? I
Rosie.
liked this way more before it felted. I've been disappointed, but anyhow.
That's amazing.
You're
But
disappointed
see-
in
I
it?
think it's because now you've seen the different layers, maybe you like it in
Well, no,
one
I mean, I
area.
liked the picture more. Well, see, this is how big it was, right? This was the pattern for it.
Uh-huh.
So-
And this is
the-
this is how much it felt. Like, I could felt it smaller, but maybe, but I don't need, it's a bag, right?
Did you put it in the washing machine?
No, no.
No, just, it's beautiful.
So, the other thing is, see, it's kind of, this is, this, I guess, what are they, this is this nano or nano felting that people do now. I'm not really experienced with it, where you actually felt it into the cloth, but that part didn't really work very well, as you see. It's still loose in a lot of places.
Yeah. But it's still a protector for your.
Sure.
Well, see, it didn't quite take, that part didn't work very well, but that's, I don't know why. That's,
Is that a certain kind of fabric on the
yeah. Well, I
inside?
wasn't really doing it for a liner, it's just that, I think maybe I might have used a little bit too much felt.
What is your liner made of?
Well, you're supposed to put cheesecloth in, and this is what it's supposed to look like, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, it's very nice.
But
Yeah,
see,
it's
I can
nice.
show you inside out. I mean, I don't know why it didn't work exactly, but it's,
Is it because it's still wet and it's not drying?
well, I haven't been able to get the
It's
rest
not
of it. See,
like
I could
this
try
one.
and felt
That's
it
what
more,
you
but it's
were
gonna
doing
make
yesterday,
it.
was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I just did it
what
tomorrow.
fun.
I didn't realize, I went to go to bed, and I'm like, oh, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I didn't start early. Actually, I just tried to do it like 4 days ago, but I never got to it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, see, this is,
like this is
well, see, this is a new thing that
I
we're
love
just
it.
kind of finding out
I
about,
love it.
right? I know, I'm really into this, because see, I bought a rug last year that, it's actually a washable, it's a washable felted thing, because they've felted muslin or cotton into it. It was a rug that I paid quite a lot of money for, and I just thought I wouldn't be able to wash it. She goes, oh no, you can totally wash it, because she's felted this. I mean, you can't even really see it. I think it's done between 2 layers. This is,
So would you do your needle felting now to fix that?
you know, I might be able to. I could see, but I mean, but still, it's kind of interesting, huh? I don't know exactly what happened.
So
But at
that was
any
the
rate,
size
the
of the
bag is, like, you can see how much it felted, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And did you say that was cheesecloth originally?
Yeah, well,
The
this
open
is.
weave or the closer
This
weave?
is. Oh, is there 2 kinds?
Yeah, but-
See,
Well,
it
the one I've ever seen is like full of holes and you can
That's
squeeze
right.
jam and stuff.
That's right.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why, this
This
one is
This
pretty
one is
close
thicker.
with.
This one's
That's almost
thicker.
like
This is like cotton,
the
what
old,
you
Yeah, so
Muslin.
maybe.
That's my
Muslin,
yeah.
that's right.
The other one would have taken into the
Well,
fiber.
see, and this
as
was
a
the,
paper.
see the rest, I mean, that's the, this is
Oh,
how it
yeah.
goes, like you just,
Wow.
they wrapped it around, they made a, this was my resistor pattern. We used to use cardboard and it works just as well, it just kind of breaks apart, but they sort of
use
say
this
now to use.
plastic stuff.
Well, in this one, she says she tapes plastic around a piece of cardboard. Like, the felting
This
we
is
used to do,
great.
we used cardboard.
What in the world is
And
that?
I've even actually reused them. When I make mittens, I just take out the pattern
We use
and I just use it over and over again. But this
We
stuff
use
here-
this when.
And what
Yeah.
about, so that you would use a cardboard, or would you use a real wreath basket for a basket like
No,
that?
no,
That's-
see,
that's
at
just
this
a
point,
bag, eh?
this is the pattern for it, right?
It's the same bag.
Yeah. And